Hello and a very good morning guys. Today I'm going to be talking about the introduction to programming reflection video. So first of all we'll be talking about variables. What is the use of the variable? Reasons to use it. It is a name given to a storage area so that our program can manipulate it. It's like the user can provide variables so that we can input data inside. The variables, to keep in mind, variables can be like characters or numbers, or you can even use in between the underscore, but you can never produce a variable with spaces. The type of variables are integer. Integer stores variables from negative infinity to positive infinity, and a zero including zero, but then there's no decimal places within it. Float is the reason we can use integers within it. Then double comes in between, like you can use it for integers as well as for the float version, like for the integers as well as the decimal places. Then character. The character you can store alphabets A, B, C, D, and then lastly string, which you can in which you can store a bunch of characters together. Moving on, the standard input and output. Standard input and output. The reason input, we say that input is something with the user keys inside, for example the keyboard, and then output is the displaying part through which the user sees the things he did. So for this one we're going to use a scanf. The explanation for this one is that scanf is used so that the user can put in data and it stores into the function. He's keying in the data and it's storing it. We're giving an example. This one, scanf. First of all, the brackets, then you put the type of variable you want to store, and then ampersand so that it stores it, and then the place you want to store it, the variable you want to store it. Then output, printf we are using in this form. So printf, we can display anything we want onto the screen. So for this one, this is the syntax. You can use anything you want. You just write printf, and then in between the brackets you write the thing you want to display. Moving on, the selection statement. Selection statement helps you predict between the, like if this statement is correct you go for this option, if the statement is false you go for the other option. So first of all we're talking about the if statement. Helps you, like if the particular statement is given, it's true, execute the file, execute the statement, otherwise nothing to do. But then comes after that if and else. In this one, if one statement is correct, go for that one, otherwise do the other statement. Example is given, if statement is correct you go for that one, execution happens, else you do the other thing other than the other execution. Switch statement is other than the loop, and this if and else. It's you don't have to do anything, you just have to store it in the case and then you can break it, and then you can just use it in one go. Moving on loops. There are three types of loops and reasons to use them, so that the user can repeat the number of programs as much as he wants. First of all is the while loop. While loop, it continues looping the statements or the execution programs till the time the statement is true, and it stops when the statement becomes false. Do while, on the other hand, is a bit different from while. In this one, the advantage is at least once the execution occurs, and you can see the example over here. Moving on, for the for loop. For loop is you have to declare the variable, you have to give it a 0, then you give, like it's better than the while and the do while, what I guess, because you can have specific values inside, and then in the bracket you can just execute the way you want the loop to happen. Moving on to the arrays. Now arrays, there are two types of arrays. The reasons to use it. Okay, so the reason array has been used, array is that you can store particular, like in one particular variable you can store bunch of different data into one place. So there is two types of arrays. The one we learn is one types of arrays. It's 1D and 2D. In one dimensional you just store the particular number of variables, and then you can call through them from the printf. But in 2D variable it's a bit different. In 2D you have like this. You have in, and then you can store it between the variable, like you have rows and columns for them, like you're creating a box with the variables. So that's possible for you to, you can call the particular function you want. Like for example, if I have 2 rows and 3 columns, I can make the array and then I can call any one of them. So this is the example. The one I have shown over here, sorry for the mouse. The A one comes over here is for the rows and B is for the columns. So for example, if I want x2 or 3 means the second row and the third column. Thank you guys.